rapidly and effectively bounces from heading to heading, making quick, accurate decisions and confidently clicking on the group of text that had the right answer. The users were more accurate, and not only that, they got the answer correct 15% faster. And in the world of user behavior, that's a big deal. Here's something cool. We coined a term for this result called eye miles. So 5,200 pixels equals 1 eye mile. When an eye is scanned across 5,200 pixels of distance on the page, it's traveled the equivalent of 1 screen mile. So check this out. Remember when I first showed you the before and after shots of the navigation bars on TCBG? Remember how your eyes seem to relax when you're looking at the after design, the one with headings? It's because your eyes didn't have to travel around the screen as much. And in this test, the difference in total eye distance traveled between a good layout and a bad layout was huge. In the bad layout, one user's eye traveled 7.2 eye miles. However, in the good layout, it only traveled 4.9 eye miles. You see, eyes do get tired. And if you make them run a virtual marathon to get the information they want from your site, they're going to get tired, cranky, and might even drop out, just like a runner would. Here's your takeaway. It's all crap. Heh. Seriously, it is. That's because CRAP actually stands for contrast, repetition, alignment, and proximity. I'm not making this up. Cognitive psychologists have a pretty weird sense of humor. While this might not find its way onto a t-shirt, it's still a good checklist when you're designing your information presentation. So we could talk about good crap and bad crap. Okay, hanging out too much with AJ lately. Let's talk about contrast. This can be different things. You can add perceived contrast by having white space around your text. You can add contrast by making text larger or by alternating colors. For the R, repetition. Present information consistently. Use a common layout and grouping for different blocks of information. This way, the eye doesn't have to relearn how it's going to get information out of that block. Alignment. This one's a lot like repetition. Use alignment to separate information from different sources, or even different elements. In the good typography study, the headline was separated well from its description text by a slight indentation. Their right edge was still aligned. This will help guide their eye to the place where the text is indented if they want to read their description. Proximity. Not too close, not too far. Just like the example we showed with the Add to Cart button, keep your groupings close enough that the eye can make an easy transition to the next grouping, but not so close that it will have to struggle to make out the difference between groups. Now here's some good crap. On the home page of the Tapestry Standard, you can see multiple eye-helping design elements at work here. I'm going to activate our StomperNet Scrutinizer software and use it to simulate how our eyes look at this site. By the way, using this simulation was key to improving this site's conversion rate to over 3%. With Stomper Scrutinizer activated, we can see that our fovea only lets us see small areas of detail on this page. We're going to drill down here, get ready to take some notes. Let's move through this page just like a visitor might. First, notice how the logo fits nicely and neatly inside of our foveal view. Let's move right. See how the free shipping text group also fits in our foveal view? And notice how the actual free shipping callout is in a contrasting text color, just like a headline from the good layout example might be. In fact, all of the text groupings here in the header graphic are designed to fit in the foveal field of view. Let's look at the nav bar now. See how the headings in the nav bar are high contrast? Even when a heading appears outside of the foveal view, it's high contrast enough to get our attention. And remember, our peripheral vision is most sensitive to high contrast and lions. In this case, the contrast is high enough that our eyes can easily jump from heading to heading. And here, inside the heading groupings, there are usually around 7 actual links to category pages. Now, in the center of our page is our content container. This is textbook eye-friendly design. White space around the groupings of text, blue underlined links to demonstrate there's a page behind those links, proximity, where blocks of products are close enough for us to jump right to the next one. It's symmetrical, it's aligned, and it's repeated. Moving over to the right-hand column, we see another set of groupings in which each block fits inside our foveal view. Also note the use of faces. You see, faces are visual anchors for users. We recognize them because we see them every day, and in a virtual sea of text, they're comforting and we fixate on them. And notice next to each face is some sort of benefit to the user. The money-back guarantee, an offer of live support, an offer to give expert advice. And it all fits nicely in a single foveal view. It's high contrast and it has a powerful user-oriented message. This page has an exceptionally low bounce rate, as it should, because it is so user-friendly. Let's give you a few other examples of how and why design that pays attention to the needs of the human eye can supercharge your conversion.